Hey everyone, it's Angel from Resolve, and one of the questions that we get asked all the time is how do you record video or take pictures while you're in your Quest 3 and walking around your Navisworks file or your Revit file using Resolve? Most people see our videos that we post on LinkedIn or on YouTube and want to know how to capture that type of content. So in this video, I'm going to show you all the settings that we use and the process for capturing videos in your headset while you're in Resolve, and then transferring them to your computer so that you can make clips, you can make full-length videos like this one. This video, actually, I did everything that I'm about to show you to put together the VR content and then transfer it to my computer and edit it in software like Premiere. So first things first, got to make sure your Quest is charged, and then you're going to put it on, and what you're about to see is a walkthrough of all the settings that I use from my perspective in the headset. Then we'll come back to the computer where I will show you how to take all the content that you capture and transfer it to your computer. Let's jump in. Okay, the first thing I want to show you, if you want to just record the default environment, then on your system menu, pull this closer, there's a little camera icon. When you click that, you bring up your photos and all your previously recorded content, and you have a couple of options at the top. Take photo. If you click it once, on the top right, you will see a little red dot in your screen, and as it counts down, it will capture an image. That image then goes into your gallery. The recording button will actually start capturing a video, like you see here, and my hands are recorded in the feed, my controllers, and as I look around, I am getting my first-person perspective. There's my avatar, and I will show you how to record from within Resolve as well. But before we do that, I want to show you a couple of the settings that I use to capture high-quality content, which I can then share with my colleagues or share on social media like LinkedIn. If you click on the quick settings, which is the clock, the Wi-Fi, battery, and then on the top right, you click on settings, and then go to system. One of the options you will see is camera. Inside the camera submenu, there are a couple of options that are really helpful for improving the quality of your video. All right, the first one I want to explain is the left and right eye selection. In VR, you're rendering two separate cameras, one for each eye, so this lets you specify which one you want to use. I leave it at the default left. The second one's the really important one, the image stabilization. This is so that when you have subtle movements in your head, the camera isn't really shaky and makes people sick. So there is an off option, low, medium, and high. And the higher it is, the more it will be stabilized. But sometimes you're going to see some black bars as you move quickly to stabilize the footage. But also, in order to do the stabilization, what the system does is reduce your field of view. So you want to be mindful of that. I like to keep it at medium. If you turn it off, then the video tends to be really shaky, and if you play this back for someone, it can make them motion sick, so you just want to be conscious of that. Okay, the second option is the aspect ratio, and that just determines what type of video you save. Is it a square 1K by 1K video, a landscape 1080p video, or a portrait 1080p video? Most of my content I record in landscape, but sometimes for social, I will record square footage as well. In landscape, it's actually going to crop a little bit vertically, so you do lose some vertical field of view in exchange for expanding the horizontal field of view. So that's something to be mindful of if you're recording footage in a model where you want to see something more top to bottom, then maybe do it square, even consider portrait. If you're recording something where the width is really important, do landscape. One thing to keep in mind, though, is it's going to shrink the vertical field of view. So you do need to compensate for that when you're recording with the headset and keep your head tilted low and raise your hands so that they can be seen. And now finally, the bit rate. I crank it all the way up to 20 megabits per second, and this is going to determine the quality of the video. So the higher the bit rate, the better video you're going to get, the bigger a file you will get. So just be mindful of that. But if you're using USB to transfer the content off, the file size doesn't matter too much. It just means it's going to take a little bit longer to transfer off your headset. Once you've set these, they save. So next time you record a video, it will use these settings. You only need to set them once. Of course, if you come back and you want to turn off the stabilization or change the aspect ratio, you do have to remember to come back and change this. Now that I've shown you the video recording settings that I use, I'm going to show you how to record a video from within Resolve so that you can capture content in your BIM files and get content of your walkthroughs, whether you're looking at a Navisworks file, Revit file, or any of the other types that we support. I'm obviously already recording in this case, but if you were in the app and wanted to start a recording, then on your right controller, there is a little Oculus button. That's the one on the bottom right. That's the O menu. Now it's been updated to a meta symbol, but you can click that button and it will bring you out to the main menu. Here you see the Resolve window and you see a record button. I'm already in process of recording, but normally it would show you a little camera like the one that you saw earlier, and you point at it and you click with the trigger to start recording. You know that it's recording because on the top right of your right eye, you're going to see a little red circle indicating that you're recording. And just like before, on the left, there is a camera icon to take a photo, which instead of capturing a video, will capture a still. Once you start recording, you hit resume. And now that you're back in Resolve, as you move your head around, everything is being recorded from your perspective. And all the settings that we applied earlier are active here. So now if I teleport over here, you can see that I'm recording my first person view in this giant 100 million polygon robot factory campus that we've loaded up in Resolve. And when I look down and I click on my menu, the camera is capturing everything. Now, one tip here, as I mentioned earlier, because I'm recording in landscape, it's going to shrink my vertical field of view. And so for very good content, you want to make sure to overcompensate for this by either looking down more than you might typically, or raising your hands and making sure they're sort of in the center of your field of view. If you keep them too low, then even though you can see them out of the peripheral of your eyes, the camera won't capture them. And now as I'm moving around with the joystick, my hands pretty much disappear. But if I bring them up and you want to record content of what it's like to be in VR and show people the menu, show people the map, you can do all of that. You just have to make sure to remember that your field of view is narrowed and overcompensate. Now that we're in Resolve and recording, all the features are being recorded and captured by the video. And if there were other people in here with me, I could see them as well. But the other cool thing is if we go up to the dollhouse, then up here, when I toggle pass-through mode, you can see my environment. And if I wanted to go up to this model and use the section plane or zoom in and zoom out, that is all being recorded from my first person perspective. And the pass-through feed is also recorded. And now if I go back down into somewhere in the model, now I'm seeing the fully immersive mode and the pass-through has gone away. Here's one more cool trick that I'll show you. If I go to create and use our recordings beta functionality, I can capture a video of my avatar talking through something in the model. We'll do an example of what it's like to collect parts out of this robot picker. I'll hit new recording. I will set the position of the viewer. This is where the viewer starts. And now I will hit start recording and it starts a countdown. And we are live. Hello, my name is Angel and I am pretending to do a walkthrough. Okay, I will hit stop recording. I will save it. And our recordings feature not only records the audio, it records the movement of your avatar. Now we'll go to content and recordings, and I can see the recording that I just made. I will press it and press play. And when I do, I'm going to be teleported there, which is where I set the start position, and I will see my avatar here where I'm standing, and it will play back what I just recorded. Let's watch. And we are live. Hello, my name is Angel, and I am pretending to do a walkthrough of what it's like to pick parts out of this robot picker, and then take them out of the tray, and perhaps move them into this other tray. And you can see that I am overemphasizing my movements for the video. One recommendation I make to people if they're making VR recordings is to overemphasize with your hands so that the video captures it very well. Okay, how cool was that? Now I have a video that I've captured through the Oculus recording tool of myself speaking in the context of a model. And now I'm going to transfer all this footage onto my computer and stitch it together into a video that I can share for people to learn how to do this themselves. The last step of any recording is to click the Meta or Oculus menu again, and then hit the stop icon to indicate that you want to stop recording. Now we've captured all our content, so the final step is to get it off our Quest and onto our computer. So you're going to take your Quest and a USB-C cable that you have plugged into your computer, and you're going to plug it in. Once you plug it in, you're going to hear that sound, the chime, indicating that your Quest is plugged in. And now you just have to accept the setting, allowing your Quest to be discovered by your PC. That requires putting your headset back on. When you plug your USB cable into your headset, you will see this pop-up that says USB detected. Click it, and now you're ready to transfer files to your computer. Okay, once you accept the prompt, then you can see on my computer that you get a pop-up saying that it's now detected your Quest 3, and you can see it is now one of my detected devices. And so if I click in, it then treats it as a hard drive with, in my case, about 100 gigs free. And then I have a bunch of folders, which can be a little overwhelming, but I'm going to show you the exact ones that you want to open to get all the content that is stored on your headset. If you go to the Oculus folder, then you will see screenshots and video shots. Screenshots, as the name implies, are all the pictures that you have taken using the camera icon that I just showed you. But those are all the still images. I'm going to show you how to get the video footage, but if you just wanted screenshots, they're there, and you can follow the same steps I'm about to show you to extract them from your headset. So we're going to click video shots, and now I get all the content that is stored on my Quest, and I like to filter by date created, which it's already there, and so these are my most recent videos. And now what you're going to do is select the ones that you want. I want these three, which are the ones that I'm using for this video you're watching. And you're going to drag them into whatever folder you want. Either copy them and move them over, or let's say you wanted them in your downloads folder, you're just going to drag and move them in. I already have them there, so I'm not going to do that. And it's that simple. After that, it transfers files, just like any file transfer on your computer. And now they are available for you to use in any app that you want, or if you don't want to edit it, just upload it straight to any social media platform that you want, or embed it in a PowerPoint. Whatever you're going to do, you now have that content, just like any video or image on your computer. And now, just like any other video, you can play it back on your computer. And so here you can see that I have the footage that I just captured explaining to you how to record in VR, and I'm scrubbing through it just like any other footage. I normally like to edit these videos so that I trim out the parts like the intros where you see the resolve screen, or the outros where you see a recording. There is a hidden shortcut where you can hold down the Meta button, which again is this one on your controller, and then squeeze the trigger to start recording and stop recording, but that's a more advanced feature. It takes a little bit of getting used to. I always use the menu to stop and start recording. So now you know how to go in, record content of your BIM files in VR, and then transfer it to your computer so that you can share it in any format that you'd like. If you have any questions, please reach out to our team, but now you know how we're creating this content, and you can do it too. I hope this was helpful. Again, this is one of the most common questions we get asked because it's not as easy to screen record. You can also use Resolve's companion app on your desktop to screen record yourself and your colleagues walking through the model, but
this type of recording is going to get you exactly what you're seeing in VR, as well as other people's avatar if you're in there with them. So I wanted to shed some light on the workflow. If you make any videos using this workflow or you share any content, please tag us in it. We would love to see what you're creating, just @Resolve on LinkedIn or any other platform that you're on. Thanks so much for watching.